It's Week 18 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on Saquon Barkley. He's hoping to go over 1,300 yards on the year. It's the Eagles and the Cowboys, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
Breaks through the contact. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and a yard. They'll run it again with Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 43. Here's Hurts to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. The Eagles at 10-6 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind. And
he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Now, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing, Prescott. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Here's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line.
And the Cowboy first down.
Now Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
Prescott to throw it. There again is Cooks, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll throw again. Prescott. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Dillon now off the option. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Dillon, they'll run here with Dillon. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now Prescott. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Looking to throw. Prescott. To the right side and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Eagles offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now 3rd down and 7. And the slot man goes in motion left. Hurts sets up to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now Hurts going to keep it running left. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. They shakes him off, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Prescott now. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. To throw is Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Shakes up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Micah Parsons, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Ooh, with a juke. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. Hurts. He's got Smith here. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for Eagles.
We're scoreless after 1. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Hurts going to keep it running right. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all.
Formation for the Eagles.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
And 3 yards to go.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Rodgers on the return. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. They begin with a run by Barkley. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. On 2nd and 9. Hurts. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Out of the gun now on third down. Rolling to his right. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him.
Cowboys swarm in, and it's blocked. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And with points at an extreme premium here in a 0-0 game, that could be a big special teams play right there.
That's an advantage play. Someone create an advantage for their team, give them an opportunity, and special teams is usually a terrific starting point for that. Blocking the punt, now they've given themselves a chance and have seized momentum.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And out and out come the Eagles. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill in for a loss.
And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Hurts to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joe Tryon buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
The Cowboys on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Dallas offense set for this next drive. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Now Prescott. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. .46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Boom, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Makes it 3rd and 10.
They go play action with Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32.
Throwing is Hurts. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. Now, this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. Hurts now hoping to make up for that pick 6. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well. But this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 39. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Hurts. And he rifles one incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Staying on his feet. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run for it with Barkley, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down, and the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. Here's Prescott. Incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here's Prescott. Now swing pass for Dillon. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Prescott now. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And here's Rodgers on the return. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this 1st half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He completes it right side to White. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. Back to throw now on 1st down. Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Well, he's been a busy man in this 1st half. They've targeted him quite a bit, including both plays here to start this drive. And until that defense starts reacting a little better, they may just keep going back to him.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. That escapes the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin up in the Steel City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh,
where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Najee Harris, over 200 yards on the ground with a couple of touchdowns as well. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Trevor Lawrence leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Ray Davis, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And able to get this out to the 25. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
From the gun, a give to Henderson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Prescott from the gun. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Now Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Prescott to throw it. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. Down the right sideline, inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Paris Campbell, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in this third quarter. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 14-10. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Escapes the defender. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
To throw is Prescott. Throw complete right side to Cooks. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
And again, it's Prescott. A quick throw there is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Forced out to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll go to Barkley again. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Boy, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And now here come the Cowboys. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. His throw incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jordan Davis drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Throwing is Hurts. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. That is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And that's complete to Cooks. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Looking to throw. Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And that's incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. Rodgers on the return. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And 3rd and 1 now.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Fights him off. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing, Prescott. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. 48 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
1st downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. 2nd down and 3. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Hurts. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. Brought down around the 16 or 17, showing some tough running there. And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. 2nd down and 8. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. Here's Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
As Smith in motion right. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Devontae Smith, and all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Holding offense.
Now Hurts will turn and signal for a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This short throw caught by Goddard. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
64 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1.
At the Cowboys' 4-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Able to shake him off. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They're going to look to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding offense.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 4th down. So a big, big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This will get the lead up to 7. The kick by Elliott is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet. Okay, being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
At the 30-yard line.
Running left is Dillon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the play there. The Cowboys have a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Prescott off play action. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth-quarter lead, but whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. From the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Campbell making the catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. This now a 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Here's Hurts to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Paris Campbell, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth-quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
First down, Dallas.
Here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure. Oh, Prescott stripped. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that
no, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Aubrey now for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 24-17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
Back to throw, McKee. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw, McKee. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tyrell Dodson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Prescott now. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
Prescott to throw it. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott. He gets it to Cooks. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now Dak. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Dak. And Cooks has it over the middle.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
At the Eagles' 29-yard line.
Prescott. To the sideline and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll work his way forward up to the 22. But now he appears to be in some pain. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So Dak and the Cowboys down 24-17, 40 seconds to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Here's Prescott. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. To throw, Prescott. This is caught. It's Cooks. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. One last shot now for Prescott. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for Philadelphia, they conclude the regular season with a final record of 11-6. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the loss means they finish with a mark of 10 wins and 7 losses. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.